Welcome to NeoEnglish, your favorite podcast to learn practical English for everyday conversations. We're here every day with the latest news, useful phrases, and easy explanations.
Today, our topic is about a sex advice article from Slate Magazine called, "I'm finally ready to enter my promiscuity era." But there's a catch. This is a very real and honest story, and we're going to use simple English to talk about it.
First, let's talk about what a sex advice column is. It's a special part of a magazine or website where people write questions about their relationships, love, or sex, and experts or writers answer them. For example, someone might ask, "How do I talk to my partner about sex?" Or, "I'm nervous about dating again. What should I do?"
That's right. And the person in today's story wrote to Slate's advice column, how to do it. She wanted advice because she's ready for her promiscuity era. Let's pause on that word, promiscuity. It means having many different romantic or sexual partners, or being open to meeting many people for relationships or sex. For example, if you are dating more than one person at a time, that is a kind of promiscuity. Or if you are exploring new experiences, that can also be called a promiscuity era.
Good explanation. Now, the writer says she is finally ready to enter this new part of her life. That means she has waited a long time and now feels brave enough to try something new. Imagine if you wanted to travel to a new country for years, and today you finally buy your ticket. That is finally ready.
Yes, but there is a catch. Let's explain this phrase. There's a catch means there is a small problem or something that makes the situation more difficult. For example, you may be offered a free phone, but there's a catch. You need to sign a 2-year contract. Or you can eat at a new restaurant, but there's a catch. You have to wait for 1 hour.
Now, let's give you some background from the story. The woman is a black woman, in her late 20s and single. She says she's waited years to feel ready to be promiscuous, to have more romantic or sexual experiences. She tells the magazine her honest feelings, and she's hoping for some good advice from the writers.
This letter is anonymous. Anonymous means no one knows who wrote it. People often write anonymously to advice columns so they don't feel embarrassed or judged. For example, you can write an email without your name or sign, from a worried person. That is being anonymous.
The advice column is written by Jessica and Rich. People send their questions to them about relationships and sex, hoping to get wise advice to solve their worries.
Let's talk about some useful words and phrases we heard so far. Promiscuity, having or wanting to have many romantic or sexual partners. Era, a period of time in your life, like your childhood era or your college era. There's a catch. There's a problem or something not so easy about a situation. Anonymous, doing something without giving a real name.
Let's use them in sentences. For promiscuity, you can say, "Some people want to enjoy promiscuity after a breakup." Or, "She is ready for her promiscuity era." For era, you could say, "I lived in Japan in my college era." Or, "People often change in their adult era." There's a catch. "I can get a free ticket, but there's a catch." Or, "This job is easy, but there's a catch." And anonymous. "I sent an anonymous message." Or, "The author is anonymous."
Now, let's recap the story. The woman is in her late 20s. She has not dated much before, but now she feels ready to explore dating and relationships with more freedom. She is a black woman and she shares her feelings honestly. The problem, the catch, is not written in the short part of this article, but we understand she feels a mix of excitement and concern, and she wants advice.
So here's the story. In simple words, a woman waited a long time to feel ready to start a new and free period in her life, dating more people and having new experiences. She is excited, but she also has worries. She writes to an advice column, an anonymous letter, to ask for help.
And some helpful tips, if you want to use these words and phrases, just think about how you talk about new times in your life, or when something good has a small problem. For example, I am ready to work out every day this month. It's my fitness era. But there's a catch. I don't have a gym near my house.
Or she wrote an anonymous letter to give feedback to her boss. These are real ways to use today's vocabulary.
Remember, learning English with real stories can help you start your own conversations about news, advice, and real life. If you want to keep practicing and never miss the latest news, subscribe to NeoEnglish for a new episode every day.
Thanks for listening. Stay curious, keep practicing your English, and we'll see you tomorrow on NeoEnglish.